Hi there, Linda Artesani Accounting. This week I'm talking again about the accounting conference, Scaling New Heights, which is in Fort Worth, Texas this year. It's an accounting conference and it's going to be called the Unstoppable Advisor. This accounting conference is really, it's an amazing conference. I'm going to tell you, this will be my third one and I'm totally enamored by it because I always learn so much, not even the fact that I get to meet and to hang out with my friends, but there's just so much you can take away from this conference. So if you've ever considered it, it's highly worth the value of what you spend on the ticket and what you spend to go to the conference. You will walk out the door with much more knowledge, much more, you'll just walk out with a whole new perspective on your business. So I highly recommend it. This year, I'm teaching two sections on behalf of Liscio, one of my favorite apps in my app stack. And Liscio is a product that I use for collecting messaging with my clients. So it's a safe, secure space for messaging with my client, but it's also a place that I'm able to store the documents and I keep it all in one place. The things I really like about Liscio is it's simple. It's a beautiful, safe, quiet space. So it's quiet. I'm able to have my staff be in there and they communicate directly with the client, but I have full visibility. If I have to move an employee from one file to another, I'm able to do so very simply. If maybe somebody's out sick or somebody moved on and I have to rearrange my staff, you just put them in the file on that account and they now have access to all the documentation. I'm not trying to hunt and find it. The other thing I really like about it is really, truly the ability to communicate quietly. It's safe. One of the things that brought me right to Liscio was the fact that I had multiple clients emailing me things that weren't secure. Now, I had another program that I was using, and that was for document storage, but people were having trouble. There was a lot of friction behind them getting me the documents, and they would just give up. They were like, I can't be bothered. I'm just going to give up and just email it to you. And they would email me like tax returns and people's social security numbers on it, or just maybe a whole employee packet where it would have their application and all the information, their social security, their address, their name, their driver's license picture. I would cringe when I would get that. And it was like, how am I going to stop this from happening? And then it would be also, if I had to have staff involved in a conversation, they really weren't able to see. So I can have a communication thread with a client. And if I need to bring my staff in to see the whole thread, I can just add their name to the message and they now have visibility on the whole entire thread. So there's so many great parts of Liscio that I like, and it let me remove an application that really wasn't working in my firm, a software that wasn't working for data storage, and bring in Liscio. The other big draw or appeal to it was there was no cap on how much, because the one I was using before would track, it was so much per month, and then if you went over the amount of data storage, you would have to move to another level and pay more, where Liscio is, you get your pricing and then it's very affordable. It allows you to scale and grow. So as I've grown, I don't even know what I had when I first started with Liscio, but they helped me onboard. They have a very unique way of onboarding where they have there's like set up 15-minute appointments, which I thought was the smartest thing because they were able to not take up a lot of your time, give you these little short bursts of how to work in the platform. And then it just all made sense really quickly. They helped me onboard. There's templates. Let's just dive in. I'm going to just take you at a little tour of what I have. And I'm only going to show you my Artesani accounting one that doesn't have a lot there, but I can show you some of the functionality. And then you can see why I love this program. It's just such a simple platform, but it does so much. Let me share my screen. So as you can see, we've got the left navigation bar, like all the other softwares that we have, and you have add new, home, inbox, and I can't take you through all of these because then you'd see my client list, so I can't do that, but I can take you through some of these things. Inbox is where your messaging is, so you'll be able to have all your client messages there. And I like to use the app on my phone so that I'm able to quickly see when there's a new message and stay on top of that. It's quieter than email. So there's no garbage, no spam, it's an invite and only platform. So there's no junk inside here. You don't have to deal with any of that. It's just quiet and safe. And it's just communication with your clients or your staff. Your contacts would be your contact list. Accounts are what you would have for all your clients. So each client would have an account. I have an Artisani team space so that my team can communicate with each other inside of there, and also communicate directly with me that's outside of the client space. If it's simply got to do with overall with the firm, maybe with a workflow issue or something like that, or just direct contact with me. We have files where you can access the files for this particular account. I don't have any in here, but I'll show you how easy it is to drag and drop. And then there's eDocs. So eDocs is really awesome. E-signature. So what we do in the beginning of our engagement with our clients is the first thing we think about doing is we send out an NDA. We want the client to know that we take security serious, and we also take keeping everything private serious. We are a niche firm that works with multiple law firms, and we do not exchange data between law firms. So that's the first step. Now that gives me that upper level of professionalism when I start the discovery call with a client. The clients seem to be very super impressed by that. And I don't blame them, because that gives them they now know we have the wherewithal and we're a professional firm, that we really take these pieces seriously. Client security. Now, a lot of the law firms I work with, they've been hacked. Honestly, a lot of them use desktop software and they've been hacked. Maybe they opened an email that had a link because it looked like something else. There's multiple ways you can be hacked. And so they understand security. They understand the importance of it. The data that they have to move is very personal. Like if you work with a family law firm, they have very personal information. So they appreciate the fact that if we're asking for data from them, that data is easily transmitted to us in a secure place. There's anybody can get in here and ever see these documents. If you work with a firm, collections firm is one as well, or a personal injury firm, we're able to share the settlement sheets. So those are things that are exchanged outside of just regular financial documents. There are times when we'll run up an occasional attorney that doesn't want to have us have logins, or maybe their bank doesn't allow for an accountant login, because we like that accountant login. So we will have them import the data, bring all the transactions in here. So they will actually drag and drop. It's very, very simple. So if you come in here, the contacts, and actually you can see, let me go back here because there are no contacts, because this is my own personal ones. I'm just going to bring this over so you can see. So I have the initials of the people that are here, that are inside this, and myself. It's very simple to add somebody. You can just click here. I don't want to click because my names will be showing up of clients and things like that, my contacts, but that's how easy it is. It's that easy to remove somebody. So it's just a click and you're removing them. So tasks is another feature that I really like. So if I had tasks for my staff to do in this particular Artisani accounting services file, I could assign a task to them. And it's the same with your clients. You can assign a task to them. If they have to import, if they have to drag and drop and bring documents in here on a monthly basis, maybe it's a settlement sheet. Maybe it's as simple as giving me a bank statement because the banking doesn't work with an accountant's login, and they have to bring me this. I can assign a task. I can schedule a recurring task. Saves me a ton of time. I show the client how to use it, click the box. They love clicking and saying it's done, and then it resets itself for the next month. So again, messages would be in here. I don't have any messages. There's a notes section. I like to use notes personally for me. When I set up a new account, I like to put all the notes into the conversation that I had in the discovery call. Any details that I think are needed that I need to have eyes on, or maybe Sarah needs to have eyes on, or whoever that works in the firm, they'll be able to access the notes. Payroll is if you have payroll with a client and you need to put the payroll data in here, you've got that ability to check off what they have. As you can see here, there's a lot of different things that you can put in here for your staff to be able to have access, and it's housed right under the client. So you're not searching off of a massive list. It's in here with a client. And if the client leaves you, you can just archive the client and now it's gone. It's done. Nobody can see it. Activity, there's probably nothing in here, but yeah, there's nothing in here to see. And the files section. So I don't have any files, but I can show you that if you were going to add a file, let me just move my picture out of the way here. You just click upload and I can drag and drop anything I want in here. And this is where you would upload a file. And I would just drag and drop it in here. Add a tag. It can be, if you're asking a client to bring something in, it will automatically tag it as a client upload, but you can start to create tags in here and use the tags that you have. You can add your own. I just have a few here, as you can see, things that are important to me that are in here. So you can see now Liscio printer is part of Liscio dispatch. So I can actually print a document in my printer, but my printer is actually Liscio printer. So I can print it and it will actually show up inside the files here. So I'm not printing, I'm saving a tree, paperless office. You know, I love that. That's one of the major reasons I like using these softwares, these cloud-based softwares. So, on that note, that's mostly what we're going to be talking about when I do the accounting conference. We're talking about client experience 2.0. I'm going to take you through the steps and tricks of the trade. If you're starting to implement Liscio, how do you handle it with past clients, legacy clients that you currently have? How do you handle it with new clients? What's the best way to teach your client how to use the program? How to start to incorporate that in the conversation with them? Lots and lots more information. So on that note, I hope this was helpful. If you're curious about Liscio, reach out. I'd love to connect you with them. They are a phenomenal team of people. And that's the reason why the app is so great, because there's such a great group of people behind it. On that note, I hope you all have a wonderful week. If you enjoyed the video, hit thumbs up. And if you would like to follow me, hit subscribe and you'll see the future videos. Take care. Bye-bye now.